What's up, family? Man, I want to have this heart to heart with you guys real quick. Man, we have to grow up. We have to grow up. Man, I was at the beach yesterday and man, it is what it is and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And so I was walking around and I was just collecting shells and some sea glass. And I could see these three guys, just looking at me and laughing, right? And so I got my sunglasses on, I'm listening to music through them. I'm just not even tripping, just collecting the glass and stuff and just picking pieces up and just man being amazed at the colors and just some of them you can see like little rainbows in them and just all of that, right? And so I'm just like, man, just thanking God for the opportunity to be out here to get this vitamin D, man, be connected with nature, just take in the ambiance, you know what I mean, be able to listen to my music at the same time and to be able to collect sea glass and some of these nice shells, right? And so I'm just like so excited because, man, God blessed me like crazy yesterday, right? Just got a major blessing delivered to me, right? And so I'm like, oh man. So I'm just out here and just minding my own business. You know what I mean? Just minding my business and just in heaven, if you will. And so I'm watching these guys laughing at me and they're trying to act like they're not watching me, right? And so it's funny, right? Because I'm looking at them. They can't see that I'm looking at them because of my sunglasses. And so when they don't think that I'm looking in their direction, they're looking and pointing in my direction, laughing every time I bend over and pick up or squat down and pick up a piece of glass. And I'm holding it up and just looking at it and stripping out on it, right? And so they're all laughing and joking. It's like, look at this motherfucking weirdo. And woo doo doo, they're saying all kind of crazy ass shit, right? This motherfucker's crazy and da 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 da. They saying all this stuff, right? And I'm sitting there just not even tripping off them, right? Just smiling to myself. And as the day came to an end, I was on my way from the beach. I was like, all right, God, what the heck was that about? Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. What was that about, God? What was that about? And so I could hear God talking to me, Elijah. People that don't know what you're doing, people that don't understand your purpose are going to think that you're weird. People that are not connected to me and they're not in alignment with me and they're not tapped into you are going to think you're weird. They're not going to understand why you're doing what you're doing. To the guys from afar off, man, they didn't really see me picking a piece of glass. They thought it was trash. They thought I was tweaking, right? And it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't care. We have to grow up and understand that, man, no matter what you got going on in life, no matter how connected you are to God, the source, the most high, people from afar off are going to think you're weird. People are going to think you're abnormal. There's something strange about you. Now I'm sharing this and I'm having this heart to heart with you guys because man, you have to grow up. You have got to toughen your skin. You've got to get that thick skin that they talk about on the street, where the words of other people don't really affect you. And that only comes from you being comfortable in your own skin. That only comes from you being connected to God, source the most high, and you understanding who you are and why you're here and what you're about. So the thoughts and opinions of others don't mean anything to you. So many of us were so sensitive. So many of us were so easily offended when people laugh at us, people talk about us, or people pick on us, or whatever the case may be. They say we're crazy, we're stupid, we're dumb, and da 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 da. Why the hell are you doing that? And that don't make no sense, and blah 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 blah. And people gonna say what the fuck they want to say. They're entitled to say what the fuck they want to say. That ain't got nothing to do with you. And so here's the trick. These guys are laughing, thinking that I'm weird. These guys are laughing, thinking that something's wrong with me emotionally, that I ain't all there. I'm saddened that they don't even have a clue how ignorant they are. They have no clue how wrong they are. or how wrong they were. It's the same thing in life. There are some people that attack you and say whoop de whoop de whoop, and they're not gonna have a fucking clue how ignorant they are. They're not gonna have a fucking clue how wrong they are. There's people that have attacked you, people that came against you and whoop de whoop de whoop, and they said all kind of shit against you, and they have no fucking idea how wrong they were. And it is what it is. It is what it is. That's their issue. Don't allow other people's issue to become your issue. You stay connected to source. You stay connected to God. You keep doing what you're doing. And fuck them. You know what I mean? Don't send negative energy through. When I say fuck them, man, fuck, they don't fucking exist to you. Why does it matter? Why does it matter that these people are attacking you? Why does it matter these people are saying all this stupid ass shit? Why does it matter that they're that fucking ignorant? It only really matters to you when you doubt you. When you doubt your alignment, you doubt your connection. And you don't think you're as plugged in as you should be. You know what I mean? If you really knew who you were, if you really tapped in like you think you are, nothing anybody else say or do would fucking matter to you. I get people all the fucking time coming on here telling me about their fucking stupid ass religious dogma. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I get people all the time talking about I shouldn't because I don't give a fuck. They're entitled to say whatever the fuck they want to say. We have to grow up. Stop trying to defend yourself. Stop trying to explain to people who you are, what you're doing, why you did that. Man, they don't give a fuck. The question is, why do you care so much what they say? Why do you care so much what they do? Talking to this lady and a while back, and she was telling me um about me cussing on my channel, right? This is like months ago. And I haven't really had anybody like that recently. You know, just going off on me for cussing and that's not a child of God and blah 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 and da 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 da. I need Jesus and all this other bullshit she was spewing. And I looked at it and I said, "Ma'am, first and foremost, your first mistake was assuming that I give a fuck about your religious dogma. I don't want to be a Christian. I don't want to be like you. And because I don't want to be like you, I don't want to talk like you. I don't want to live like you. I mean, no disrespect by that. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. I mean, no disrespect by that. It's a conversation I'm having with her. I don't mean no disrespect by that. But I don't want to be a Christian. I don't live by your fucking standards. I don't live by your fucking dogma. I don't want to. I'm not going to. I don't give a fuck about your dogma. They could burn that bitch for all I give a fuck. You're entitled to believe what the fuck you want to. You're not entitled to oppose that shit on other people. And she looked at me like all appalled. I said, do I come to your house and I tell you how to talk and how to be a lady in your house? Do I go to your job to tell you how to be an employee? How you supposed to carry yourself? How you supposed to conduct yourself while you at your job? Do I go to your places of residence and your place of work to tell you how you're supposed to be? No, the fuck I don't. Why? Because I don't give a fuck about what you do. It's not my place to come to your fucking house to try to tell you how you're supposed to be. It's not my place to come to your fucking raggedy ass job to tell you how you're supposed to be. What your conduct is supposed to be like. What gives you the fucking right and authority to come to where I'm at? I didn't ask your ass to come to my fucking channel. You ain't got to watch my shit. But what gives you the right? What is so twisted about you that you think you're entitled to tell me how I'm supposed to live? You have no fucking clue what I know about your Bible. You have no fucking understanding clue that I was a minister, ordained minister in fucking Christian, yeah, in a Christian church. I know the Bible. I know it very well. I just don't live by religious dogma anymore. I am not a Christian. Don't want anything to do with Christianity. That's me. And I'm looking at it. I said, it's people like you that make Christians look bad. All Christians ain't bad, but it's people like you that give Christians a bad name, that give Christians a bad reputation. If you were so saved, if you were so godlike, you would just shut the fuck up and live your life and let your light shine and allow your light to attract people to you so that they can ask you, man, what is it about you? Man, how is it that you could go through woo with the woo and man come out with a smile and come out with peace and joy and woo doo, and now you can sit back and talk about the goodness of God. Now you can sit back and talk about the greatness of God. I ain't got to go beat somebody down to tell them, man, thus said the Lord. And Jesus said, no, that's not what the quote unquote the way we're supposed to live. That's not how it's supposed to go down. You're supposed to just shut the fuck up and let your light shine. And as people come to you, and as God puts you towards people, certain people, they're going to be like, oh, and you'll be able to talk to them and share your story, share your testimony. This is the problem with the world today. Everybody has a sense of entitlement. And you have to do it my way. And if you don't do it my way, then it's wrong. You're weird. There's something wrong with you. You don't have God in your life. We have to grow up. We have to grow up. We have to understand we didn't come here to be fucking normal. We didn't come here to be like everybody else. We didn't come here trying to fit in. And so many of us, because we've been so beaten down, we've been so dogged out, so fucked over, man, we're living the rest of our life trying to fit in when we're supposed to be a beacon of hope, a beacon of love, and a role model. How the fuck can you fit in? How the fuck can you be a role model to people that you're trying to fit in with? How the fuck can you be a role model to people that you're trying to be like? How the fuck can you be a role model to people you're trying to follow their footsteps? You're trying to be like them because we got everything back asswards. We don't know who we are. We don't have a fucking clue who God is, what God is. We have no fucking clue what it is to have a real relationship with God. We don't even know what it's like to have a real relationship with ourselves. We don't even know who we are. And if people don't understand who they are, how the fuck can we expect them to understand who we are? If people don't understand who they are, how the fuck can we expect them to understand who God is? If they can't see God because of their fucking religious intolerance and their religious dogma and bullshit, how the fuck do you expect them to see you? And it's always been like that. It's always going to be like that. Get used to it. Get over it. Jesus came to the Jews and they received him not. Jesus came to his own people and they didn't even recognize that he was the Son of God. Jesus came to his own people and they didn't even recognize the fact that he was the Messiah. He was the one that they'd been waiting for. If they didn't recognize it then, how the fuck we expect them to recognize it now? How the fuck do we expect them to recognize us? And they couldn't even recognize Jesus. We got to grow up. Man, I hope and pray that I said something to encourage you, to inspire you. Man, it's okay to be different. We're supposed to be different. We're supposed to be different. When you come into my vicinity, man, you should know. When you come into my place of residence, you should know, man, this is something different. There's something different about this place. There's something different about this guy. He looked like everybody else. But when I talk to them, when I, man, when I'm in his presence, there's a difference. There's something peculiar about him. There's something peculiar about where he stays at. He may look like everybody else, but there's something peculiar about him. There's something peculiar and strange and weird about the power in his words. Not his words, but the power behind his words. There's something different about this person's energy. The feeling I get from this person. Man, I love you guys. Thank you for being part of this tribe. Happy healing. Peace.